Hello everyone, this is Joanna, and I was just sitting here for a moment. I wanted to share with you some items that I got from Bath & Body Works, Victoria's Secret, and Sephora. Well, I don't think I bought anything at Sephora. Scratch that. I took something back and ended up getting a card for a credit in the store. But I did go to Victoria's Secret. I haven't been there in a while. But first I wanted to share with you really quickly, just in case anyone wants to know. You may not, so I won't spend a lot of time on this. This little nail look that I did here, please excuse this part right here. I got something going on right there. But I don't know if you can see that. I used my Moyu plate, and I really like this design. I do plan on getting their plate that has this in the bigger version. This is the Pro Collection 8. I never could tell if this was 6 or 8. This was one of the very first two plates that I got, because I think this one and that Suki one that had the owls on it was my very first one. And this time I used the same image all over, which is this image right here. And for my thumb, and I think just for my thumb, I did the image this way, and then I turned it upside down and did it the other way so that I could get full coverage. I really like this plate a lot. I especially like this one right here. It's kind of sparse. But what I used for that was, my base coat that I used was my Duri Rejuva coat. I've had this for a couple of years, and I talked about it a while back. And I ended up getting another bottle of this because I got this one, my very first one, off of eBay after hearing about it. And I talked about how it was sold here at Blondie's, but she wanted $15 for it. And I got this off eBay for $8. Then I found it on another website for $8. And I used my Coffee Addict to stamp with. I had intended to put this color all over on the accent nail, and I was watching TV and just polished my whole hand before I knew what I was doing. So this is the color that I stamped the design with. And then on top is fairy dust. And then the actual color of the polish that I have on is my Vampire's Buff. I think this was a part of the OPI. I don't remember if it was the Holland collection, because I don't think it was the Germany collection. And I don't really know what vampires have to do with Holland, but whatever collection was last out. Okay, now I have here, let me see, I'll go for the Victoria's Secret bag because I only got 3 things. And I like their vanilla lace. And the little story behind the vanilla lace is, years ago when this came out, I know in 1996, I had a friend whose daughter loved this. Everybody loved it. I couldn't smell it. I actually could not smell it. Every time I would smell it, it was like I was smelling nothing. Well, then I got pregnant with my son in 99, and it was as if my sense of smell was so heightened that everything around me smelled horrible. The buses that I rode, when I would go into people's cars, if they smoked, it was like my sense of smell was so heightened that I smelled this then, even though I couldn't smell it before, and I loved it. This became the only thing that I could wear while I was pregnant. All the scents that I bought my daughter, who was 12 at that time, I had threatened that she better not put them on because they literally made me nauseous. This was the only thing I could tolerate at that time. And after that, I fell in love with it. And to this day, it is true, I think, when they say that babies remember scents. To this day, and I've told you guys before, my son is 14. When I wear this fragrance or the Karl Lagerfeld Sun, Moon, and Stars, he will just sit by me and cuddle up to me. Those were 2 scents that I wore when he was a baby. So these were 3 for $25. I don't think they were having a special sale. But they did have a sale bin, but this wasn't on sale. These were 3 for $25. And all I got was the Vanilla Lace shower gel and the lotion and then the fragrance mist. I wanted to get the little bottle of perfume, but they didn't have it. Also, my apologies. I forgot to mention that I always top my manicures off with Seche Vide, in case anyone didn't know, and that's what it looks like. But also, what I got from Sephora first, this is not brand new. I showed this and I put this on Instagram. This is a Naked 3 palette, and I really do like this. I find that I can just put a look together with this, which is very odd for me. But what I did get was because I heard someone on YouTube, and I forget who, but they mentioned how the Tarte blush in the color Exposed looks very nice with the looks that you can create with the Naked 3 palette. And I had wanted Exposed for a while, and I had forgot about it. I had started getting some of their blushes last summer, and I had forgot that I wanted this one because they were always sold out of it. So I got it. Now this on me, like you can see it on me, but it looks more like an enhancement on my cheeks than an actual blush. But I do like the overall look of that. I just can't remember who it was on there that said that. The next thing that I got from Sephora was this Meteoric. And this is one of their topper polishes. And this looks exactly, well, I wouldn't say exactly, but it looks like the Chaotic one. I think the white pieces that are in here are kind of reflective, but it also has some glitter in there. And it's nighttime here, so I don't know if you'll be able to see the sparkle. Very little is picking up there, and I'm under my light at the table, but I'm going to try to angle this so you can see some of it. Now, I would say, and it was odd, this is very close in look to the Chaotic. In fact, I had to make certain that I read the bottom because there were a couple of bottles, or I'm sorry, yes, there were a couple of bottles of Chaotic in the bin where this Meteoric should have been. So because I knew that it had this shimmer in it, I had to make sure that I looked for that exactly, or I would have accidentally picked up Chaotic instead of Meteoric. So I just wanted to get this. I am after many of their polishes, many of the toppers. I'm after almost every polish that they make just because I like the colors. And the last thing that I think I got from Sephora that day, which was probably yesterday, yeah, I do probably need to go to sleep somewhere, was this Origins Mud. Let me see. Let me make sure this is actually, it says that it is a charcoal mask. So that's what I got. This was a 100-point perk. And then I went to Bath and Body Works yesterday and today. So I'll show you what I got yesterday. This is a gift for a friend. They had one of these left, and I know that she loves cinnamon pumpkin. And it was $14, but it was 75% off. And I had to make sure I looked at that right, because 75% off translates into 14 quarters. And that's what I was in the store telling myself. And I was like, okay, 14 quarters would be like $3 and some change. Like $3.50. And so I ended up getting this, but I went up to the register to make sure, because I also had some of that Sparkle Balm, and I said, now I'm going to get both these items for $7. And she said, yes, you are. I said, I just wanted to make sure. That was kind of funny. So this is a gift for her. Then I got this. I had given away the bottle of perfume that I had, and it was in the brown bottle because I bought it in like 2002 or something. And this bottle is a little bit different, but I love the smell of the Sensual Amber perfume. Now, I don't know if it's because this was loose, but this was supposed to be, it's on there somewhere, $29. And she said it was 50% off. So I got this for half price. I think it was like 14 something it rung up. And I put a little bit of this on, and I love it. Now, when Sensual Amber first came out, I thought I didn't like it. I do that often in the store because they have so much stuff going on. They got their candles burning. They got their oils burning. One year they had cinnamon so strong in the store that my nose literally went numb. I didn't think that could happen. I couldn't smell anything. And I was in there to pick out gifts for my son's teachers and principals. So I had to operate off of scents that I already knew about. I picked out the vanilla sugar. I picked out the mandarin orange. I picked out at that time cool cucumber because I couldn't smell anything. And then I discovered this after the fact when the first body cream was tan and it came in a copper colored tube and it smelled so good. Then they changed to that triple formula and made it white. And I, along with a lot of other people, felt like it made it different. Well, this smells like that used to. And it just smells really, really good. But this was also one of those kind of scents that if you sprayed too much, it had a medicine smell. Because this got a lot of mixed reviews. There were men in the store that loved this. There were people online that loved it. There were people online that hated it, said it smelled like liniment. This was one of those fragrances to me that if you wore it moderately, it smelled beautiful. And if you wore too much of it, it had a liniment type smell. So I was very glad to have gotten this. This was their last one. So I got that. And this one I'm going to spray because I didn't really spray my other one at all. So the things that I got from Bath & Body Works today are these two little hand gels right here. One of these is pink chiffon and the other one is Paris Amour. And these I'll probably put in a giveaway, I cannot talk tonight. Not like in a giveaway for themselves, but you know how like when you have a giveaway and you throw just, a little something extra in there? That's what I'm going to be doing. I'll probably just throw these into one of those. So hopefully you like them, and if you don't, you can give them to somebody. But that's what I'll use these for because I have one of each of these for myself. And then I got this gelato candle, which smells kind of good, but they had this over the summer and I didn't get it, and then I was sorry that I didn't get it. And they had a ton of them yesterday, and then I didn't get any, and then today I called and had the store to hold some of the stuff that I wanted. I'm going to put this up for this summer. Now, I usually burn candles way more in the wintertime than I do in the summertime, just because, I don't know why, I guess because, cold weather, coziness of a candle. The only candle I really burn in the summer most of the time is one of those little Yankee candles in the scent Midsummer's Night. That is my absolute hands down favorite candle. I have that in the room spray. And whenever I can get it in something else that has to do with air freshening, I do. And the other two things I got, of course, were the Sensual Amber because they said they are going to be discontinuing the Sensual Amber. Now, I did find out that I do have a tube or two of the one that I described earlier when the cream was tan. The cream was actually this color. And I think it did smell better. So I was glad to see that the lotion and the shower gel had more color to them. They didn't have any bubble bath, or I would have got that. And I wanted the cream body wash. I love the cream body washes, but I missed out on that. They were $4 when they first had the sale. They had the Sensual Amber, but I was trying to be good and not buy anything that I don't need. That is why I don't do no buys, and that is why I hate when I don't get something and then decide I want it later, because then I miss out. And then I'm scouring eBay, paying almost way more than you should. The last thing that I purchased was this Honey Sweetheart. And this one is the fragrance that I said was very similar to this Velvet Sugar. They smell very similar. One may smell a little bit more than the other. I wouldn't say stronger, but maybe a smidge different. Because this Velvet Sugar, I think, is supposed to have a scent like strawberries and something. I don't know. Because this doesn't say, but according to most of the stuff I've read, it doesn't say on here either. They're throwing around words like strawberries and something, I don't know. And this right here is supposed to smell like the pink sugar fragrance. They have no words on these bottles anywhere, but I did go ahead and get this. Now, I do already have a fragrance mist in this scent, but I got two of these. The one that I had